building champions in life. And that's something that I love, because for me it's not about dollars and cents. It's not about making the kid an all-state soccer player. It's not about getting a kid a Division I scholarship. It's about helping change somebody's life. My name is Tracy Ford. I'm the CEO and Head Performance Director at Ford Sports Performance. Ford Sports Performance is the #1 sports performance facility in the Pacific Northwest. We train specifically to enhance each athlete's overall performance from speed, agility, strength, power, explosiveness, and lateral quickness. Ford Sports Performance's relationship with Eastside FC is a very strong relationship. I believe that we both have very, very similar visions as far as, creating and helping athletes not only in sports, in a physical activity, but also to help them prepare them in life and be winners in life. The FAST program stands for Footwork, Agility, Speed, Strength Training. In this program, we're going to focus to enhance every athlete's linear speed, their lateral quickness, their explosion, their power, and their strength, core strength, mobility, and flexibility. The only way that we're able to know that each athlete is getting better from an individual basis is by testing them when they come in and testing them when they leave, to make sure that they are improving. And if they're not improving, we know what areas they're not improving at, and we can focus and possibly tailor a program to each individual to help them accomplish their overall performance and fitness goals. The key aims for FAST is we want to be able to keep all our athletes, for one, healthy and focus on injury prevention. At the same time, with that, we want to get each athlete more explosive, more powerful, their core a lot stronger, and to be able to help them run faster, be more quicker laterally, be able to know how to drop their hips and come in and out of their breaks, to change direction and stop on a dime. So that is probably the most key aspects to this program. If we were to come into one day of a program, you would see us do a dynamic warm-up to start our day. After our dynamic warm-up, we would do some hip flexibility and mobility type of a deal. And after that, we'll get straight into core strength, because we believe that the core is the most important part of any athlete. With the twisting, the kicking, their trunk has to be strong, and it has to start with the core. So that is the most important part of our program. And after that, we'll either go to a linear speed day, where we're focused on strictly running mechanics, focusing on with our arms going hip to pocket, our foot being dorsiflexed up with great shin angle, and driving our foot back into the ground to create force to make us go forward. On our change of direction days, we were focused on a lot of the footwork stuff, where we're changing direction, dropping our hips, having to accelerate and decelerate, then back to acceleration again. And we will always end our days with a competition. And in these competitions, we'll break our teams up into 2 to 3 groups of 7, about 3 groups of 7, and we'll compete. We'll say it's the first person to win 4 wins. And we want to see the kids compete, but at the same time have fun. The type of kids that should attend the FAST program are kids that are serious athletes, kids that are serious about taking their game to the next level, kids that are devoted, dedicated, and say, hey, this is something that I want to do and I want to improve my game. Well, the FAST program to me affects players on the field in various ways. We do a lot of stuff where we have to change direction. In soccer, there's so much times where you have to be at one direction and we have to stop and change direction again. So the ability to accelerate and decelerate, then back to an acceleration, is very essential in any sport you play, but especially in soccer. So translating the stuff that we do here is very key, and will really help each one of these players take their game to the next level. The FAST program affects these athletes off the field by building their confidence. At the end of the day, they know and they can look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, I did something today outside the norm, outside of what a lot of other players are doing, and I got better. I took a chance and I took time out of my day to devote myself to get better. And that builds confidence. That builds a tremendous deal of confidence, and they know that they are getting trained, and they're getting trained at the #1 sports performance facility in the Northwest, and they're getting trained by professionals that this is what we do. We get athletes to the next level. We help them prepare. We prepare NFL athletes for the NFL Combine. That's what we do. That's our upper echelon of what we do. So we are able to train the most elite athletes, and we are taking the same methods that we are using to increase kids' speed, endurance, agility, and explosiveness and power, and we're taking those same methods and using it on our kids. So at the same time, these kids are leaving here with great confidence and a great deal of feeling to the fact that, hey, I'm working hard, I've watched my numbers. That's why we do numbers. We say this is where you started and this is where you end. And if they did the things necessary and they just continue to be consistent in this program, they see their numbers get better. So from there, man, we put it on paper like, hey, this is where you started, this is where you finish. You started with your 10-yard split at 2 seconds, and now it's down to 1.89. Now they know, man, I got better. Hard work pays off. Hard work does pay off. And now translating that into life, I tell these kids every day, hey, don't just use this for here. Use this remember this as you take an approach to a math test. If I study really, really hard for this math test, then guess what? When it's test day, I know the answers to these tests because I studied hard for them, and I'm gonna get a good grade because hard work pays off. If you have a goal for yourself, and you work as hard as you can to get it. Maybe you don't get your goal, but as long as you can look in the mirror and tell yourself, I have done everything possible to accomplish my goal, that is success.